get very far without that. Okay. We actually didn't do too bad on the last stream. Actually, I'll bring that up and bring that down. Actually, I think what my idea was to have that down and have that up, and then just sort of cheat it. And we might still see if we can get away with that. Alright. Alright, let's get into this. I want to make some progress tonight because I've had a little bit of time away. So... I'm not too sure if Rebecca is gonna show up or not. I mean, I'm sure she can, but I'm just not seeing it, at least not tonight. Okay, so I think we did the book puzzle and got everything lined up, and then I think that was pretty much it. Okay. It's not one thing, it's another. No, it was the other room. I always thought the gallery was the one that was on the furthest side, but apparently not. I always thought what triggered Rebecca to arrive in the remake purely came down to what door you entered. Oh, there's another red herb there. I always thought if you entered through here... what shotgun do I have equipped? Oh no, it's blocked from the other side. So, oh, alright then. So, I don't know what I was thinking of. And there was absolutely nothing in that other room, so there's no point going in there. Yeah, I always remember hearing that that was it. There was no easy way out with Chris if you were playing this way. And I wanted to use up the remainder of the shotgun shells in the original shotgun because we're not going to really be using that ever again. Not after tonight. Yeah, keep it moving, Chris. So how many is that? That's been 9 blasts so far and it hasn't killed it yet. There's really nothing to this fight. It's more or less a convenient excuse to give up using the shotgun, the regular shotgun. Alright, well I am pretty mangled up, so we can use all of that. Alright. And that, I'm pretty sure, is everything. Yeah. I actually quite like the plant bioweapons. We don't often get a lot of them because a lot of them end up being...
You scared me.
Like, I know the plants rock up again in the second one.
Yeah.
I think they're totally absent from the third one. I like that sort of botanical weaponry.
He's gone.
Yeah, Jaws bit his ass off.
I'm sorry.
It's my fault. I should have watched out for him.
I found a pharmaceutical room. I think I can come up with something useful. I'll be there.
Does she mean that room where you make the V-Jolt in? I'm guessing she does. Let's just find out real quick. Yeah, so she does, so you can go in there. I always thought it was a one and done sort of deal. Apparently not. Okay. Just double checking a few things. Yeah, alright. I don't think there's anything really in here that Chris needs to do. It's basically just if you need to heal up because you get cornered by something nasty, yeah, just do this. Alright, fair enough. That's basically what the drugstore room is inside the mansion.
Wesker?
Chris, you're alive.
My words exactly. Where's Jill? Thought you were with her.
Yeah, I know. We got separated.
I see. Anyway, we better find a way out of here before we turn into zombie food. Got any suggestions, Wesker?
See, when you play those later games, they almost always never use the Z word. Like, they never use the zombie word.
I want you to check them out one more time. I'll continue my investigation here.
Sure thing.
I just like stepping on these things. Where is it? Yeah, I see it. There we go. It's just something I've always got to do with every single playthrough. I got to step on all the bugs. And now we can just dart straight across this. Yeah, we can offload a few of these things now, because we're about to have the hunters introduced, and I don't think they're going to be that big of a problem. When I was going through that advanced mode, they were just absolute nightmare. We got a stray green herb we can mix that with. We might even add a blue herb into that. Well, first things first, I want to round up that handgun ammo. Not that we're actually going to use it, but no, we have a fair few healing items. I think we'll be all right with healing items. There's definitely a lot more of them in the remake than what there was in the original. We could probably use the handgun to take out those dogs in the courtyard. Because 10 shells is quite impressive. Like, you don't have to keep carrying around a reservoir of ammo for that. We'll also take the crank, because the swimming pool is going to need to come back up. Yeah, fuck it. We'll go with this. Well, the dogs have got to be taken out anyway. The blue herb is just as a little bit of an insurance policy. Because there's a lot of snakes between here and the mansion.
Krista, Brad, can you hear me? Brad. Damn.
Okay, apparently not this time. See, I'm never really sure, because some things can just sort of spawn out and they never come back. The dogs are definitely not one. There's a third one, isn't there? Well, that was relatively painless. I think we're alright. Bit of a delayed camera change then. The reason we're bringing the crank with us is because we need to fill the pool back up. Not just yet, though. I was thinking maybe We have to fill that up after we put the... Did we take care of the dogs here? Yeah, no, we did. Not poison. One of them did bite me. And I believe the door handle, the broken door handle on that door, I believe it's fixed when we get back. So that's good, so... Well, now that is quite annoying because... The monster in change. I also fixed that doorknob to make sure you can get away. Actually, leave it with me because we'll come back here and we'll pick up that ammo because we're gonna have... There's a couple of things we need to... We're gonna need to have to kill because they're gonna be getting in our way and it's gonna be a pain. I absolutely love this cutscene, by the way. Makes my skin crawl. Okay. We're gonna have a few of these guys, so we're pretty much gonna use up that crate of shotgun ammo that's back in the shed almost immediately. You ooze, you lose. Yeah, and now we'll have to heal up. Okay, so it lines up when you squint at it. The handgun absolutely can go away now. So in the use of 8 shells, we've killed 3 hunters. Just to give you an idea of the sort of ratio that you're dealing with. The doorknob has been repaired. Good. So we'll go and pick up that ammo now. That door is a helmet key door in the original game, but there's a 5th mansion key added in this one. The emblem key. I actually can't remember where the hell you get that from. And we'll use that first aid spray right away, because there's a couple of things that we need to do. That's the story of Resident Evil's life. You go and get a mansion key, but rather than go exploring with it, it's always, there's a couple of things that you're going to have to do first before you go off doing any of that. I think the whole reason that there's a grenade there in that little shed area when you're going back into the mansion, I think the only reason that's there is so if you're playing for the first time and you're still on auto defense weapons, when the hunter jumps up on you, you'll automatically use the grenade and you'll blow its head off. Just to give you, you know, like this is going to be your main sort of villain from here on out. I always thought they appeared a lot sooner in the game, but you know, we're pretty much at the tail end of it now. And they've only just made their presence known. Okay, well, most of that corridor is going to be... There is something else that we have to do, which is incredibly important, because it sort of derailed a lot of my progress, because I misremembered something. And that is opening up the courtyard. So we don't have to go through that east wing of the mansion ever again. And in order to do that, we need a little key. And in order to do that, you need to be on the right side that's locked because you can't open it from the outside. There's a lot of that that goes on in that room. In that little... It's like that mansion cemetery courtyard sort of little area. Which didn't exist in the original game. I'm actually quite surprised at how much of the mansion itself was redesigned. Like the top balconies aren't even in the original game. Or the one where Forest is, yeah, like that one's there, but the other one's not. See, that's good, because what that's done is so we don't have to go through any of that anymore. We can just go straight there to get out, which is good. And I don't believe there's any hunters in the courtyard. I don't think they can get into this area. Which is why it's a waste of time killing the zombies that are there, because what ends up happening is they'll just spawn out of the game down the line anyway. It's just a waste of bullets. Like, there's a lot of that. Like, there's a few things that are scripted to just not be there anymore. Okay, now we got some doors to unlock. That's one. We could probably go in there. Just... because it's that weird sort of gallery room. But the main areas that we need to get into is that locked on the second floor. We need to get over there. And we need to open up that west wing there. We do have some hunters on this balcony. The second floor of the dining room. I'm just wondering if we can just bypass that altogether. I believe there might be two in there. I don't want to get too trigger happy with the shotgun because we've got another boss fight coming up. I might dip into the... Yeah, I knew it. These balconies don't typically see a lot of enemies, but I do remember... because I used to never come out on these things. I believe it's only two of them. Yeah, because you have to go out there because the dog whistle, dog collar key of imitation and all of that, none of that is in the original. Yeah, we've got the item slots. We'll go in and do this room now, because we won't be back here again. And then we'll go downstairs and suss out a few other things. Not to mention shotgun shells. They're a valuable currency now. At this point in the game. I do know the gimmick to this room. Mail to the Chief of Security, confidential, attention, 22nd, 1998. X-Day is drawing upon... Now, I'm guessing X-Day is when S.T.A.R.S is actually dispatched to this place. Execute the following procedures within 1 week. Prompt actions are demanded. 1. Lure S.T.A.R.S to the estate and obtain BOW's raw combat data against S.T.A.R.S. Collect 2 embryos of each mutated species. Specimens as samples, excluding the tyrant. Dispose of the tyrant. So that's something I find interesting. So they've ruled it out as a dead end already, but for some reason Wesker wanted it. 3. Ensure complete disposal of the Arclay laboratory, including all personnel and test animals. Disguise their deaths as an accident. When the above procedures are executed, report to the headquarters for further instructions. If for some reason you are unable to execute the procedure by the deadline, report immediately. In case of emergency situations, report directly to the extension number 5691. Good luck, Umbrella Headquarters, Umbrella Incorporated. I think that's a dagger, yeah. See, like, what is this room? Is it like a little smoking area or something? I want it to look all the way over here. Yeah. That's the way. Now I remember where the emblem key is. You need the red jewel to get it. Okay, well, we can go downstairs because we need to use the yellow jewel. But we have some hunters down here that are going to keep us company. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Well, we need that MO disc. That's in here. A tiger glowing with blue and yellow light. And in the original, it was the blue and red? I think it was. Now, these little discs, they don't... there's 3 of them, if I recall. They don't really do a whole lot just yet. Now, I didn't kill those hunters. We're going to have to remember that. Okay, yeah, no, we'll go back to the dining room. A hunter can actually smash this door down. I'm not too sure the requirements to get them to do that is, but it's actually quite helpful when they do knock it down, because then you can get to that side of the mansion without having to go through a door animation. No idea why. So, like, the door animations aren't really a necessity. Yeah, I just don't want to tackle that room real quick while we've got 2 items that we don't really need on us. I mean, the red jewel will keep because we are going to need that soon. But the helmet key, I think, only opens up like one other door now, and then that's it. I think everything else up on that floor is locked from the other side anyway. So this is pretty much going to be it for the helmet key. So I'm thinking I might cap off with the yawn fight. I mean, finally eradicating the snake seemed like a pretty solid point to cap off on. Yeah, we won't need the disc. So we might start dipping into the Magnum rounds for that fight. Whoa. Okay, I lie. There is something else that can open. I got no idea what it is. Unless it's... Hang on. I think I know what it is. It was always a skill I never quite perfected, because if you can manage to open up all the mansion doors of the respective keys, then you can just throw the key away, and then you're not having to cart it around all the time. I never quite developed it proper. Like, I sort of know, but can't really remember a lot of the times. But as I've said a few times playing through this, it has been a while since I played through the remake. I don't know what possessed me to save it for last. I would like to finish that advanced playthrough of the PlayStation 1 Director's Cut. It just started to get a little bit out of hand, that. Nope, we're going up a floor. Because we need to go and open up that. Which means going through here, which means another hunter fight. Get a bit of that in you. Look, it's more now, but it's going to be less of a hassle in the long run. Besides, we're still doing good with shoddy shells. We're about ready for a tune-up soon. I think we get more shoddy shells soon, actually. It's locked from the other side. Yeah, alright. Which is up there, isn't it? Isn't that it? Yeah, we still have a Crimson Head running around here. And I'm sort of saving all of my shotguns, all of my shells for the hunters. Shit, there's one there. I forgot. One's dead. No sequel for you. Alright, where's the other one? He's on a mission. Oof. Chock full of Ovaltine, are we? It's more, but it's less. Crimson Head will be coming. God, I should kill that bastard. Wish granted. It's more, but it's less. That's going to be the slogan tonight. I just want to open up all these helmet doors. Yeah, alright. But this one, I'm pretty sure, leads into the yawn fight, and I don't really want to do that just yet. Like, we don't even have a third floor map. Yeah, that's the yawn fight. Yeah, nah, we won't do that just yet. Oh. Like I said, we got a couple of options here. I was hoping to save the yawn fight for last to sort of end the stream on. Because Rebecca gets herself into some hot water soon. Alright, look, we're gonna need to heal up. Actually, no we don't. I'm just making sure we go easy on that shotgun ammo, because it is in limited supply at the moment. No, we'll go to the foyer. But we'll take the balcony because there's a herb reserve up there. We can heal up there and get out of the caution status. I'm not too sure how many times I've used it. Is it once or twice? I think you use them 3 times, don't you? I believe that's the only one in the entire game, that reserve. I know there's some blue herbs that do it, but I think as far as green herbs go, that's the only one. Nothing's changed. I never thought this. Not even Sir Spencer. Painting of a mansion in the back of the art room. I'm not too sure about shotgun bullets being in here, but I think there's an ink ribbon. Wow. That'll show them. think this is the mirror zombie, isn't it? Why was he holding a dagger? Yeah, and you see that's the blue herb reserve there. You don't need to use them right now. Yeah, I knew there was a blue herb one, but yeah, there's only one green herb one. It's not really going to hurt anything if this guy turns into a crimson head. Because we won't be back here again. I always thought this was a cool little puzzle to do back in the day, but then it really started to piss me off. Like if it's not all lined up picture perfect. They really went above and beyond with their examination of items in this. Like, you examine the jewel, you examine the jewelry box, you put the jewel in the jewelry box, you got to examine the pieces of the Spencer emblem, you got to assemble them, and then you get the brooch, and then you got to examine the brooch to find the switch to turn it into a key, and then you get the emblem key. I actually really like this key. Oh well, but we got to turf it out. I always thought that was the wardrobe room. And I believe the painting behind the art room is the one up on the second floor that little note was talking about. Well, we're heading over there now, so we'll go and do that now, and then we'll do the yawn fight, and then that'll do it. Now, Rebecca should be attacked as soon as we go in here. When I first beat the game, I actually screwed up on that, and I forgot to go and save her.
Rebecca, is she upstairs?
So how many hunters is that have been killed? 3, 4, 5, 6... About 7? I think I've killed about 7 of them. Or it might be about 9. I believe there's more in this room as well, which is why I've been steering clear of it. Oh, it's glowing green. I guess it's okay. Usually when it's green on the map, it means there's no threats in there. Whoa!
Rebecca,
Chris!
you okay?
I didn't mean to get you worried.
He totally lost his head over her.
We have to get to the others and find a way out of here. You with me?
Yes.
Then I'll go ahead. Until then, Rebecca, you're on your own. Stay cool and use your better judgment. Got it?
I can handle myself.
Good luck.
I didn't mean to get you worried.
Yeah, I bet she's got a relieved look on her face, because it was almost all over Red Rover just then. And it cost me a grenade. Well, that's just about everything almost. Yeah, I knew there was some of those around. An old-fashioned telephone, the cord has been cut. I actually like this little study area and the models on the doors. I always thought there was an ink ribbon in here somewhere. See, because there is still something in that room. Hang on, go back in there. There's still something in this room. Oh, there's a grenade in there. Alright, now it's clear. Because it was still red. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, okay, there's a couple of things we can offload. There are a few web spinners that are coming up. So I'm thinking maybe the handgun might not be such a bad idea, at least for the time being. We don't need the metal object. Yeah, give me a first aid spray. No, I don't think anything can burst through the windows here. It goes without saying, but when you push this little button here, you can still be killed by the wall when it retracts fully. And also, you don't need to actually push it in, you just need to push it onto that tile. And then it will do it automatically. God, we've got a fair share of daggers, don't we? Eagle of South and Wolf of North. Does anyone know if it's based on anything? Like, I know there's a medallion in it, and you'll notice that the left page is dog-eared. Oh god, don't let it bleed on ya. Poison. Mention B1. There's still one more item here to pick up. Oh no, it's not always an item. Sometimes when when the area is red, it's actually because there's an enemy still in there. There's another spider, but I don't think we'll bother about this one. I don't want to waste too many shells. God, I got lucky there. I don't know how I managed that. And there's another dagger there. Well, that's got to be like 4 daggers in 10 minutes, surely. I should just start letting these guys grab me, just so I can use that and save some ammo. Because that elevator door is locked on the other side. What, do they still call them bullet sponges? Because that's exactly what they fucking are. Yeah, the mansion elevator. So the mansion has 3 floors. Well, 4 if you include the basement. And you don't get access to the elevator until, like, when the show's almost over. I was gonna say, give me a headshot. Come the fuck on. He's gonna turn into a crimson head, so we're gonna have to burn that body. Now, there are some magnum bullets here. We just don't have the item space for them. So we'll go and offload everything. We'll go back for the magnum bullets, and then we'll do the yawn fight. Shit.